Although I've been away for 7 months, hard out filming the Book of Boba. Ooh, fight scenes, makeup. The one thing I've really missed is this hidden gem. Here in my hometown, Rotorua. The Polynesian spa. Come on, New Zealand, try something new. There are no words.
You're riding on the mountain of your own free will, and you're zipping in a flash on a daring dash down a waterfall so rapid that your ghost may splash. Splash Mountain.
Everywhere around the world we try to tell people there are no borders, there are no prime ministers, there are no presidents. There's only one nation, that's Kiss Nation. There's only one rock and roll national anthem. Rock and roll all night, party every day.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, George. How's it going?
Going all right.
Had a little bit of money, so the Lord did me good. Got all kind of shit. Got the glow sticks, I got the gotcha bag, got the Hawaiian punch. Man, everybody won't holler at pop what you need. I got it. If I ain't got it, I can find it, you understand? I'm selling glow sticks. Glow sticks to go with the yeah. You know what I'm saying?
こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホスト、スコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルに Stay Bombad を楽しんで覚えておいてください。
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is up, Bombad fam? It's me, your boy, the Canon Junkie. It's great to be here with you all. Welcome again to listen. We do a lot of fun stuff here. Real quick before we start, I want to take a moment and bring up a little fundraiser that we are very proud to be a part of, or like help spread awareness about. The Amidala Initiative. Okay, the Amidala Initiative is a collaborative effort of 77 Star Wars fan creators benefiting Equality Texas for trans youth and their families against those really just absolutely terrible, just whatever things that archaic, ancient ways of thinking they're trying to make back into law for some reason. I don't know. But guys, listen, if you love what we do here on Bombadcast, go give to the Amidala Initiative. Like, they're like, seriously, if you love what we do here, if you there's no better time than right now. You can give to them at any time, but go ahead, make a donation, do something good. Let's help them reach their goal for Equality Texas. But also, guys, you are on a little YouTube channel called the Bombadcast, and we do a couple of shows here every now and then. Every now and again, we get together here for the main show. the big dance, as they call it, the Bombadcast. Welcome. Yes, you are here. You've arrived. We're about to talk. We're about to get into our fourth episode of Eopievision, which is insane. And we've got, the wonderful Chase Hauser with us. I'm excited. I'm really, really, really excited. Also on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central, you can catch my lovely buddy Scotty J-Ro on Bombad Gaming. I got to hang out actually for the first time in a while last night, for a while, and it was an absolute blast. So I'm so glad. It's hold on.
That's my anime image.
That's we got Scotty and his Star Wars Visions look right there. Scotty entering his Star Wars Visions era. Which we should have been ready with
Japanese anime.
Star Wars anime.
That's synergy. Listen, before we go any further, I gotta bring in the man who some have come to call Big Tex, even though he actually lives in Louisiana. It's really weird, but listen, guys, I'm gonna bring in my co-host, my Bombad buddy, my best friend Scotty, the viral sensation J-Ro. How you doing?
Howdy. I'm glad to be here. In all seriousness, it's gonna be a blast. I'm just happy that we have Chase in the back, just sitting here for 7 minutes waiting for this thing to start. It is incredible.
I'm so excited to have them on. Oh my god!
Before we bring in Chase, I want to say a few things. At the end of this, we do have an announcement for something pretty special.
Pretty big for us.
Pretty big for us. And it's something we've been working on for, I would say, a couple of weeks now, right before Celebration. And it's something that's been in the works for 3 years, really, since we started. So it's a pretty big announcement. If you want to be a part of something bigger, if you've been following us, you'll know why. But that being said, let's bring in our guest.
Hey, mate, who invited you here?
There we go.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Look at
we
the
love Christina. We
love.
Look at that. Look at this absolutely iconic chat.
This
Look
is
at
so
this.
fun. Yes.
Chase, you bring the party for real.
Hell,
Listen, thank you all for being here. Thank you for having me. The party is now. The weekend is just beginning.
That's right.
Oh,
this is full screen. It's just me at my show at this point.
He's like, take me off the big screen, please.
You are running this ship. Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes. But he doesn't know.
Right.
I hear.
Don't know it. That's the problem. Damn it. Chase.
Yes.
What's going on? We doing okay today?
We're doing great. Listen, I got my back to full screen. I got my Blue Bantha Milk souvenir cup from Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim, California.
What's in it? What we got?
Pick up yours today.
Yeah, today I'm drinking a little hard seltzer from what's it called? Ranch water. I love me ranch water. It's my favorite seltzer. But I had a little happy hour with my partner and his mom.
Yeah.
She's in town, so we had a great little happy hour moment. So we're just here ready to get Bombad. They're watching the dog, so it's a team effort. Shout out to them.
Wow. Well,
shout out to people who will watch the dog while you come and get Bombad. Absolutely.
It's important. It's important because sometimes the dog can't always get Bombad with you. Every once in a while there's some good dog Bombad time, but sometimes you just gotta be
all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes Obi's on the couch behind Scotty and he will be taking a nap and wake up at like what the hell is going on?
Oh, absolutely. Great,
Yeah. Obi's used to it. Obi's used to it.
Yeah.
He's like our Andy Richter.
Okay. Yeah, Paul will show up and Obi will be all excited. Real quick, I do want to say this. I wanted to bring this up before we get started, and we happened to get Goose in here to make it perfect. Before we got started, we were talking about the emo night and how Chase and I are posers and Gerry and Goose are actual emo kids. So just
right.
Scotty and I just thought we were emo. And
we really did.
And then they played one song we didn't know, followed by another song we didn't know.
Goose and I were like, Like, this ain't a scene, it's a arms race.
Oh,
like, in
like
each
the
other's
heart race.
faces the whole time. It was great.
Oh lordy. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do we have do we have that like do we have any video, Scotty? We don't have any
Not
video
yet.
of that night, do we? No,
We'll
we
upload
don't. We
some.
don't.
I would hope not.
Well, we might have some. We might have a little bit of Paul's roadie with him videoing his journey to the car to get to Mushroom.
Sorry about Paul, y'all. That was bad.
You know, he scared the pants off some poor Joseph Scrimshaw. I heard.
Yeah, he did.
That's fine.
Man. Well, I wanted to bring this up too. Obviously, Chase is on. And know it's so funny? We reached out to all of our guests prior to this, right? And our next two guests are actually Kyle Katarn and Adam Frazier. And you as well. We had Claire before, but it's so weird. All four of those people are people that I feel like I bonded with so much over that convention. And it's weird because that wasn't planned. I didn't say, all right, I'm gonna hang out with Chase this night, Claire this night, Adam this day, and Kyle this night. But it happened to fall that way. So there's some weird like, synchronicity there. It was beautiful.
Oh, I
Just
love
feels
that.
Like getting with old friends now.
Yes,
that makes me so
having
happy.
you on. It's like we're having our friends on. We're not having guests. We're having friends on.
I love that so much. That's awesome.
Right.
And it's kind of cool to ask you this because now I feel like I know you much more, and I can maybe even guess a few of these. But I wanted to say this. When it says we do a thing on our show called Best Favorite Most Fun. For those that have not seen it, it is anything. It could be Best Favorite Most Fun books, TV shows, even stories, episodes, whatever, movies. As of right now, Chase, what do you think is your best, favorite, most fun? And we'll start off with let's start off with favorite first. Favorite's usually the easiest. What do you think? What we got?
Okay, so it's anything, right? So I'm gonna say my favorite thing about Star Wars. That is what I will just say. And I will say my favorite thing is May the 4th. I think it's so gorgeous that there's like one day of the year that every Star Wars fan is on high alert. Okay. This past May the 4th, I I really kind of feel like it's Christmas Eve. Like on May the 3rd, like I was going to bed on May 3rd.
Yes!
And I was like, oh my God, I felt like this, like a little, like these butterflies that I had never felt before. And I was like, this is so weird, but like I'm out here like celebrating May the 4th like it's Christmas. And so there's just something about the magic of that. And just like knowing that, like, so many of your friends and like family and people in your life that love Star Wars are going to be celebrating the thing that they love at the same time that you're celebrating the thing that you love. Like, I think May the 4th is just like one of the best parts about being a Star Wars fan forever.
And it used to not be that way. Like even less than 3 years ago, it felt like a nothing day. Like when Bad Batch came out on May 4th in 2021, I was like, oh, they're actually starting to kind of honor it. And then this year, amazing. We got posters, I think, trailer drops as well. Yeah, it was nuts. It was awesome.
And the merchandise, hello. We got the
merch.
Man.
Like, it's a shopping holiday. That's what it is.
It is.
And honestly, listen, since I've moved up to Michigan and everything, like every year, Star Wars Day, I go to work saying, good morning. It is the holiday of my people today. Like,
Oh, that's pretty good, Christina.
There you go. Oh, that's right, Christina. That's right.
Bombad Podcast. I can hear it.
I love it. I love
it. It is. And look, that's literally the best way to put it, Mark. Yes, I love that. Because like, I don't know, May the 4th, it's actually my cousin Troy's birthday. So like we always had a thing for it, but now it's like, here's this plus something extra. And it was just, I don't know. It's become such a special thing. That's a good one. I have not heard that one. Well, that's a good experience.
That's a first. Yeah. Thank you. Like an actual, like experience, not like a movie film or movie film.
That's awesome.
A movie book or whatever.
Yeah, it's just it's my favorite thing about like when I think about what I love about being a Star Wars fan. It's just that we all have a day where we just go ape shit over Star Wars.
Literally, it's the best. So
it is.
This leads us to our next one. Now, I always end with most fun, so let's hear the middle. Let's hear the best. What do you think is at this moment in time for you? What would you consider the best Star Wars right now?
Okay, so first thing was the favorite. Now it's the best. The best thing in Star Wars right now, I'm gonna have to say Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I know that there's. Listen, I gotta say, like respectfully, with peace and love, I didn't know people were out here like not liking it. Just like to me, like I've just been so lost in the sauce of the glory of this show, and that like I don't know. I said on Pink Milk, I was like, I've never been in such a state of gratitude with Star Wars, and this show has put me in such a place of gratitude because as someone who was born and raised watching these two play out these characters and then not do it for a long time. And we got great development with the characters, but with different actors and through animation and everything. But to have a show where they get to come back and reap the narrative, benefits of what they sowed over since the late 90s, like that's amazing. And it's amazing. I don't know. So I'd say the best thing right now is Obi-Wan Kenobi, period. Full stop.
That's perfect. And I think for a lot of us, it's the same. Like, and I wrote this in the show notes too. We all got to experience the prequels as kids. And that's part of it, right? It's kind of like our TFA. Like, I got to see my dad tear up watching the TFA trailers. Whereas I was like, this is going to be great. I can't believe Star Wars is back. But here I am watching Kenobi tearing up because it's something that now it's my chance to have that nostalgic kick. My chance to like kind of understand how they're going to connect these stories better. And it's just, you're so right. It's like, and it's so well done too. I mean, the one thing I will say to this show, which we'll get to in a second, is the fact that it's one director. And that makes a huge difference. Let's be real. You can
tell,
Mando is great, but sometimes you can tell when it's definitely more than one director.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes,
Adam's
I agree.
Here. So I don't know. And I know we got to have Christina on. I know Connor.
Yes.
We'll let it happen.
Like, just real quick to chime in, like, I have been thinking for one thing, I was wondering if, was my high of watching this because I was like with all of you guys for the first time watching it. Or is it like legit? And like, I've watched it a couple of times, the first couple episodes a couple of times, and I'm gonna have to rethink my best favorite, most fun. Honestly, I think because it's starting to become it like you said, Chase. It's like it's starting to move. Like it's just, I don't know. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. It has everything I love about Star Wars in it. It's got it punches me in the gut because it's about I have a little girl. Everyone knows because I talk about her all the time. But every inch of this thing has been. There's not an ounce of fat, is what we've been saying all the time.
Yes,
and every episode feels impactful. Every moment feels like necessary. And I just, I don't know. I'm gushing. We're not even to the talking about the episode yet. This is all about Chase, and I'm taking up.
No, it's
about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Always.
That's right.
Always.
But it's true. And Adam made a good point. Gratitude. That's what it is. We are fans that know how lucky we are to get this. Even if to a certain extent might not be exactly what you expected or maybe what you wanted, it's still something we're getting, and they care, and you can tell they care, right? There's a lot of caution with this. It's very well done. But it's like no waste, not a single moment's been wasted. And that's so important.
Not a single moment.
Yes.
So even Tyranno Man. Even Tyranno Man, Chris. Sorry. Shout out to Chris Ryans for coining the term Tyranno Man really loudly in that auditorium.
For the dinosaur guy.
Remember, he goes Tyranno Man. That was like one of my favorite parts. That and Scotty going Flea, like every time Flea was on screen. oh man, so good.
Joey, thank you for stopping by.
Love you,
Chase, your last one. Okay, this is the one that I think. I always love to hear the answer for this because my answer real quickly is the Phantom Menace, and I know Jerry's is probably Solo. I think we talked about that last time for most fun.
Was it most fun? Right?
Yes.
Most fun.
Yes. So I think mine actually became Phantom Menace as well, Scotty.
Oh, okay. It went from Solo to Phantom. Okay, that makes sense. So
but
Chase,
it's again. I think it's changed again.
What is your most fun?
Okay, so most fun, and are we choosing a specific
anything,
piece of media or
it could be a scene,
whatever you want.
Okay, so you like a concept.
Yes.
Okay, because I just think about
very nebulous here.
Oh, I love that. We love. Hey, what's more Bombad than nebulae? I would say my favorite. That's the most fun. The most fun thing about Star Wars, visual media, I think, is the amount of aliens in the background, and that's something we really get in Obi-Wan Kenobi, where he goes through that little spice lab or something, and then there's you just get all these random alien species in the background. There's this guy with this fishbowl around his head. I just think the most fun has to be just the sheer vastness of the galaxy. It's just incredible.
That's awesome. These are the most abstract answers, but in the best way possible, because I know you explain yourself well, because we usually get like Empire Strikes Back, just like kind of straightforward answers.
We used to keep it pretty straightforward. You know, we used to be like, hey, what's your best favorite, most fun film? And, you know, we're like, let's stretch it out. Let's see. And you honestly are giving some of the incredible, like most incredible answers. Seriously.
I think
just
so. Thank you so much.
That's
it's what comes
to
mind.
We knew that when you were coming on. We knew you were coming on. We're like, Chase is going to give us like the best shit we've ever had. You know,
I appreciate
Chase,
it.
thank you for that. I appreciate it. In order to kick off our Eopievision, we must play our Eopievision opening video. I got it queued up.
We got to play the theme song. I've got it right here. Here we go, guys. Let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
So every time it gets me. I'm so choked up right now. I said let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Psych, we're talking about Eopies, bitch.
That's right. So to kick this thing off, our most recent episode provided us with a lot of things. I, for one, when I first watched it, and I think Chase and I had talked about this for a little bit. I first watched this when I was like, okay, I thought we are going to spend more time on that back to tank. And we got some cool stuff. Vader and Obi-Wan having that kind of like tussle in the Force. That was awesome.
Come on.
But I think all of us, unfortunately, due to the Book of Boba Fett, may have felt a little like, oh, that's it. You know?
Whoa, as Star Wars fans do, we take singular concept and say, oh, it like that for every Star Wars. Yes. Back to tank equal flashback, please.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's like he's in it for like 10 seconds and then pops out. Anyway, I'm getting Scotty. That was your thing. I took your point. Please take the handlebars back, my friend.
How did we all handle that? Because I was a little like, oh, okay, that was it. Because I got a little excited. I was thinking we'd get a little bit of a tease of, you know, maybe their relationship when they were having that little, you know, tussle there in the Force, like a flashback to anything. It could be them training. It could be Clone Wars. It could be anything. Was anyone else feeling that? Because I was really feeling that
a bit.
Oh yeah, I was.
Not like bad.
Yeah, I was buckled up for flashbacks. That was definitely what I was expecting. But I also was like kind of here for like some like Cloud City, like Vader and Luke kind of like talking to each other type of thing. So I was like, I was also like, are we just gonna get some voiceovers of like Vader and Kenobi talking? But it came as fast as it went. But honestly, like kind of like Scotty talked about too, is like the second I started watching this episode, I was a little bit disappointed. But like as the episode went on, I was like, wait, this is amazing. And then like what was really interesting about this show that no other Star Wars show has done for me is as soon as it's off, like it marinates in a way that Star Wars has never marinated to me before, where I'm like literally just like, wow, like this show is like there's a lot more going on than I had thought, that I had maybe had experienced the first time. So it was amazing.
I agree. And it's funny, like, you know, and I also agree with this. And I know Brian is going to say this on Pink Book tomorrow, but there wasn't enough diaper shots. I was hoping we'd get you in.
I agree.
He barely got his. He was wearing boxer. He's wearing back to boxer briefs.
Yes. We didn't get the diaper action.
Back to shorts.
Yeah. I for one, that would have been kind of cool to see. But you know, that being said, it's funny like that Boba Fett kind of set up that kind of thing. But you're right. You know, ultimately when the show did move on, it moved on in a way I wasn't expecting it. And the pacing was amazing. And O'Shea Jackson, what the hell? Like we all kind of, at least me, I kind of psyched myself thinking he could have been, you know, I can't even think his name right now. Quinlan. Yeah, that's how bad that is. It's already gone. Once I didn't see him as Quinlan, I'm like, he's not Quinlan. But I was fine with that. Look, then that's something else. Fan expectations. You don't need to go in, you know, expecting so much and not getting what you want and being upset. Just kind of take it as the story goes. But wild opening. I mean, that was awesome. That was very well done. And it kind of spoke to the bigger themes of this whole episode, you know, and where this show could possibly go. But was there any real moments in this episode before we get into like a deeper analysis that kind of spoke to you? Like the first things that like when you first watched it, you were like, oh, wait a minute. Didn't expect this. Anything for you, Gerry?
I'm trying to think back because I don't want to jump completely to the point that me and you immediately text about.
Yes.
I don't want to because we're not quite there yet. And like listen, we're gonna try to keep a little bit of a narrative flow here, but we might it will devolve because it's Bombadcast. It will devolve eventually. I actually have the back to tank scene going right here. So I thought it was interesting just watching this, like having it going on the screen over here. The whole Kenobi in the back to tank, then it cuts to Anakin in the tank, but different shots than we got from the first one. So it's like, is that like them like feeling each other
in real time
for the first time in years? Like they're feeling each other across the galaxy. Like this person who was very like basically best friend / father / big brother of Anakin's is like alive. The man who let him burn alive. But I don't know, like that. That was pretty impactful, but also just I love Ewan McGregor, and I love his acting chops. I love all of it.
Yes.
I love when he pops, but that moment when he pops out of the back to tank and the way he says,
"Where's Leia?
Where's Leia?"
God,
is absolutely
awesome.
God tier. One of my favorite moments, maybe in Star Wars. There's honestly, by the time this is over and said and done, I might have a lot of favorite moments. And then again, I'm biased because I'm a girl dad, all that kind of stuff. Like like it's really speaking to my heart and everything. But just that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
That was young Obi-Wan and Ben meeting in the middle, and even Clone Wars Obi-Wan that we've seen. Like he embodies it all now, and it felt so palpable in this episode. Yeah, so that's for me what I noticed.
What about you, Chase? What do you think?
Yeah, Chase. What about you?
I guess like since we'll probably go through like the plot a little bit. So just like general things is I think that like I loved the Jedi General Kenobi vibes we got. Like I really felt that General Kenobi this episode, which is really.
And he was
really
called
exciting.
that too, wasn't he?
Yes. Who was it? Who called him?
Wasn't it O'Shea? Yeah, it was
O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson.
So.
General.
It was just, and it just made sense. And he was being like tactical. He's out here trying to come up with his plan. Like I loved that. Also, I mean, obviously Christina's cameo.
Yes,
the entire
bring
episode.
that up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yes.
I choked on my Long Island iced tea. Incredible. I saw it today and I yelled, Christina! Like, because I watched it before I went to work again today.
Let's hope we get some more.
Fantastic work.
You got to think.
I want
they're
more
going
of that
back
character.
to that base. They're going back to that base to go hopefully deliver Leia to Bail. So maybe we'll get some Christina in action.
Stina RAL, right? I don't know like how you Star Wars by your name or whatever.
A true star.
Anyway, don't give it away, but like, man, I want so much more. Much more. You walked across like a boss. That's all I'm saying. I'm not absolutely. I was excited. Anyway, sorry. I'll go on.
So awesome.
Please go on.
Yes, Chris. Wait. Go to. I think it's like 24 and like 20 between 20. No, what was the exact time marker? It's like
Chris.
6
There's
minutes.
this website called Twitter.com.
Yeah,
check out Christina's Twitter. Check out anyone's Twitter. We're all talking about
very
it.
Popular on there amongst us nerds of Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
And,
that's right. Glub
very
Shido.
good.
Glub Shido
for
sure.
Glub Shido.
Right.
There you go.
There you
go.
go.
My answer.
My
from now
favorite.
On,
my favorite Gulp Shido now. Yes.
Yep.
Oh man, and it's funny, like it's so weird to say like someone who is an extra is in the chat hanging out with us, but that's the power of this world now. This is the power of Star Wars and being able to have friends in this way, and like not only is someone who's in it a fan, but like you said, Jerry, it's for everyone. We're all fans. We're all welcome to this world, and that really made my day to see that post, Christina. You have no idea, because someone who deserves it, like really got the chance to do it. So because there's other people that we see, and you
Christina.
just deserve it. Yes.
Freaking Christina, and I almost dropped the one F-bomb that I'm allowed per Bombadcast, but you know what? You fucking deserve it.
I agree. The moments that honestly spoke to me and to all of this, and we'll talk about this at a lot deeper level. Leia's Force abilities blew me away. What? I was like, like she kinda. I don't know if Reva's a powerful enough Force user to like Kylo Ren was amazing when he tapped into Poe, you know?
How many
and
hit points do you think she has?
Oh, come on now. I didn't mean it that way.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is, like,
she's only at 9,000 power level.
Well, Leia, even in A New Hope, was the same exact thing was said about her. You know, she resisted the interrogation. So I'm like, yo, like, we are really getting this, like, in the most subtle way possible. It's so beautiful.
That moment was absolutely real quick, because we haven't played enough clips this episode. This was all of us during that moment, and Scotty. Like, seriously, when she's like, "Is this a staring contest?" and everything, like, she's not even breaking.
She read her for
so cool.
Yeah, she's cooler than I will ever be. And also, what was so amazing about all those scenes is it revealed so much about each character. Those scenes, like, you learn so much about Reva and you learn so much about Leia, and I ate all that up. I mean, it was really incredible.
It was so well done, and like, I guess you know, we're such canon junkies here, and that's Jerry's literal name on social media.
Yes.
And like, to get that, and like, I want to say one thing too before we kind of jump.
Yeah.
But this moment, I'm gonna pull up a picture, makes so much more sense after the whole thing. They escape, you know, holding her hand. Ben Kenobi.
Take the image of her holding Ben's hand at the end, because I can't stand it for much longer.
Yes.
I will melt on screen. I will.
It's that last line though. Where is he? And I'm like, oh my God, like, way to make us feel that so much more. Bask in the moment, Jerry. Give it into your emotions, bud. It is incredible. It is incredible.
All I do when a new episode of Kenobi comes out, it's like me sitting up by myself in my apartment at 3 a.m. sobbing very loudly while also being really happy at the same time.
It's a strange euphoria for sure. I feel so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I completely agree.
It's a little bit of a bipolar kind of feeling thing, but just real quick, I really loved the little thing too, where like I loved the detail where Leia doesn't look like she's breaking a sweat, and then like Reva lets go, and she kind of like releases a breath or something. That was really well done, I thought. Amazing. Not like saying like, oh, like, you know, oh, you know, she took some hit points or whatever, but like it was just very like, it was cool to see that, like, yeah, she's got that strength, but like she is doing it.
Right.
She is doing it.
Right.
That kid is so cool. I'm sorry. What's the actor's name? The young actor.
Oh, little Leia. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
It was Lyra.
Sorry to everyone.
Lyra.
What's that?
Lyra
Urso. Sorry. Listen, as we always do on Bombadcast, I live on stream. Go to the wonderful app. By the way, if we haven't been, we're not sponsored by IMDb. But
look at this.
Listen,
Vivian Lyra Blair. This is what I got to chat for.
Yeah, thank you.
Adam, Christina, Nick, everyone is out here. Okay.
God.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Okay, so should we just turn the show over to them now?
All right. Yeah. So listen. We're gonna go out. We're just gonna put you guys or comments on the screen. All right. Have fun. It's been great. It's been great.
But it's crazy. Like, obviously the other standout character, and you know, once she showed up on screen, she was already standout. But Tala, the way she walks, the
started.
Oh my God!
No.
And like, I'm like, there's
Get
no
you
one
started.
else.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Let's hear it, Chase. What spoke to you about that?
I was just gonna say, like, Tala, I think, is like the smartest spy we've seen in Star Wars, period. And we've seen a lot of spies in Star Wars, a lot of spies. And I remember when I was watching the episode, I just like every time I was like, oh, she's gonna get got. Like, we've seen this before. And then I'm like, I thought she's gonna get got like 6 times, and yet every single time she's able to like outsmart everyone. Like, she's just the smartest spy we've ever seen. And I hope to God she comes back in Andor, y'all. I want her sticking around. Like, she's like one of my new favorite Star Wars characters. She's incredible what she does. Yeah.
What if she's do we know, like, it's not set in canon? Jared, what's up, bud?
Thanks, Jared.
We beat you in trivia.
Love you.
Anyway, is it set in canon, like, who is kind of over the rebellion spies? I mean, I think General Draven is a little bit like kind of like I remember. But is there like someone who's like the creme de la creme, like the like I am like the leader of the rebellion spies? Maybe it's
I hope it's
Tala.
Tala. And I
oh
love
my
that little
God,
Leia.
she's so
And like little Leia's just like looking up at Tala and being like, okay, like she's the blueprint. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
she is the blueprint.
Yes.
So Pat,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
it's
yes.
yeah.
No,
little
it's
Leia
funny
knows.
though. Whenever this is interesting because I think it might show more development for the next episodes. But whenever Vivian Lyra Blair walked out on stage, the first person she went to was it's how do you spell her name? Indira, is that it? Is that how you say it? They're gonna attack us in the chat again. Whoever plays Tala, whoever's in Game of Thrones,
give us Tala.
I
give us
forget
Tala,
her
please.
name. We're about to get attacked. Watch. And
We're very professional here. We're very
3,
professional.
2, 1. Someone's gonna do it. No, not yet. Okay, but either way.
Hey, let's not wait.
She hugged Vivian Lyra Blair, hugged her. And here we go. Look,
Indira.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh, we got it. We got it. We get it.
Thank you.
Wow.
We should just send them the stream link. We really should just send them the
really
stream
should.
link, y'all.
But
We're
that was
sitting
the
here
first-
screaming over each other. We could just be doing like a silent movie thing, like in the chat.
Oh.
For real.
So awesome. That was the first person she hugged. So I was like, okay, let's
There's
get more of
something there.
that.
Yes.
There is something there. But that being said, like, what a powerful character to walk in and just be like, no, I'm above you. I rank higher than you. You're gonna let me through. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when they're walking back out, he's
the
getting
way his tone
fussed at.
changes.
He's getting fussed at. The guy that let him in is
Yeah.
getting chewed out, and you see it. He's just like taking it. I'm like, that's amazing.
The way
I
his
love that.
demeanor just like
Oh, he flushed
Yeah,
right
yes,
out.
sir.
She read him for
Yeah.
filth, and she was right to do it.
Yep.
Mhm,
Oh, what a
Absolutely.
great.
Also,
moment.
do we know what that red thing is? Is it just like a baddie vibe check? Like, what
I
is
wonder.
what is that security checkpoint? Is it
'Cause-
just to see how like naughty you
Is-
are?
it's not a metal detector because like I don't think
It's
those
a dark
exist in
side
Star Wars.
detector.
I don't think they care in Star Wars. They're
Well,
just
like
yeah,
Obi-Wan walked
come on,
back
it's fine.
through it. Like they all walked back through it too. I was like, I don't know.
I
have
kept waiting
no-
for it
it's
to
a
go
vibe check.
"Beep" or something when she walked through.
You know what? Maybe it's not even a detector. I mean, if like, I mean, the Empire would just
Evil
have like a
architecture.
random archway that like just looks
Right.
evil and menacing, and you just have to
100%
walk
so
through
true.
it. Like they would do that for the drama. So
Yes.
that
Well,
tracks.
yeah, no railings for the workers, but yeah, we're gonna have a bitchin' archway, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
but
just
it's
wait
funny.
till all
Ignore
those
that.
little Oh, Christina,
you-
it's a photo booth.
Yes, exactly.
So, did y'all notice this too? This is also kind of funny. If you want to, I want to kind of talk into this. The design of the name blanks me now. Look, we're so bad at this. We're gonna get attacked again.
Fortress
Um,
Inquisitorius.
That's right. We know that one.
Which is good. Oh, I know that one.
So
Yeah.
the design of it was
Scotty, you
so
big fan.
good, but the
Oh.
one thing I love the most was the fact that the two stormtroopers that Obi-Wan ended up mind tricking was like, this place gives me the creeps. I want to get off this place.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you know what? It's kind of cool to think that they, we've heard them have
Yes.
side conversations about starfighters, but to have a true conversation about like why this place is creepy, and they all think it, they all
Yeah.
feel it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so cool to kind of hear out loud, and
I
it
agree.
plays to the underwater aspect. And how cool is it that we got Obi-Wan with the thing, like the Phantom Menace,
His
swimming
hair was
through the
gorgeous.
water.
Yes.
His hair was beautiful. His hair literally
Oh,
was stunning.
man.
And then that sea urchin starfish Star Wars
Yep.
animal
Right.
thing
Oh,
was
looked like
everything.
a sarlacc and a like a Dianoga or something.
Yeah, like all like
mixed
wrapped up
together or
into like a
something.
little starfishy thing.
One
Yeah.
thing too, it was pretty cool, and I don't know why, but I have to bring this up with Katie because obviously Katie's a Star Wars fan. She went to the convention, she loves it, and I want to shout her out real quick because I'm for real. She looked at me and she goes, "This is so cool to see like him swimming underwater, seeing the light coming from outside the one." I'm like, you know what? I love hearing you say that because we don't get that enough in Star Wars, and I kind of mean that.
Yeah.
I want more water. Give me more like it's so atmospheric. You see different fish swimming. I'm like, that's gonna be a cool like
give us
section.
a live action like battle like in Clone Wars.
Yes.
where they,
Oh,
like,
no.
with the
water
Mon
war.
Calamari and everyone.
Yes.
The water
Yeah,
war.
with
I want to
Warren.
see that in live action. Okay.
That was such a good. Yes,
Seriously.
absolutely.
It was
That'd be
so-
amazing.
Put Aquaman to shame. Okay, that's all I'm
Please
saying.
and thank
That's-
you.
Put Aquaman
Yeah.
to shame.
I just love that I looked at someone who's not really into all this, and she was like, "Oh, this is so
That's
cool.
really cool.
And I'm like, "That's when it works, right?" And then
I love that.
there was an interview that came out today with Kathleen Kennedy where like we're taking our approach to some of these shows kind of like a video game, and I was like, this felt kind of like a video game. Infiltrating.
It was literally Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah.
Yes, you swam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
It's just, what a cool thing. And to kind of get into that, we almost had like an Attack of the Clones, like, B movie where like it's like a investigatory kind of thing where he's like sneaking through and he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he stumbles upon something that really surprised a lot of us. And I think it's time to talk about it, Jerry.
Is it time to talk about that? Real quick, can I say that is it the Viper droids, or what do they call the probe droids that were
Seeker droids? Seeker
droids.
Yeah, Seeker.
Frightening as hell. Like
yes.
When he like hides at the door and that one's looking through the window and the music and everything. Kudos to them.
And this little
this is the Star Wars horror
like feeling out. The way it was feeling out was
this is the Star Wars horror movie that we've been watching.
Totally.
Seriously,
oh my god, we got the slasher.
We had Halloween
Vader.
last episode. Yes.
Totally.
I know you I know you like horror, Chase. I know you like horror.
I do. I'm a horror.
But not to cut into anything, but like Scotty, that moment is actually playing on my screen as we speak.
Nice.
That we I think that a lot of us enjoyed. I don't know, like a lot of us.
Are you talking about the scene?
I'm talking about the shot.
Okay, so I will tell something about that. When you watch a show like this, and they're gonna give us Easter egg little nuggets, and like the ones we got with this episode were really good, like the snow speeder, the land speeder, essentially. That was insane. I was like, wow, that is something I never expected. And the fact that it's a sewage vessel, like it's there to pick up and transfer sewage, I'm like, that's so rebellion, right? Like take what you can get.
Yeah.
But we got that. We obviously got the Fortress Inquisitorius, amazing. We've got some of the layout that we've never seen before. All of that was awesome. But they gave us, and I knew when I watched it, and it was one of those moments where, like, you stand up and you kind of freak out for a second. And, like, Katie didn't know why I freaked out. But there was a character.
Got off the couch.
Yes. I was panicking. And, like, it's just because it's these kind of things that are like, oh, my God, they make you feel like all your hard work and taking in everything. Like, let's say that arc was not your favorite arc, but in some capacity it's going to come back. Like whenever the whales, the space whales, what are they called, Purgils, came back and saved the day with Ezra, right? Great example of that. But this was different because you finally got to see something go from truly Clone Wars. Never would have thought you'd seen in live action show up. And Jerry, what was that? What was that special thing?
I don't know. Like, Chase, do you want to say it?
No,
you know
I think you should. I do know. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I think you should take it.
I will just feel like we have late anyway. We're all about to freak out anyway.
Yes,
we got Jedi Master Terra Sinube trapped in amber or something in a live action Kenobi and it's the line too. Where he goes, it's not. What did he say? It's not a.
It's not a. Oh, what is
prison? It's not a prison.
Yeah,
it's not or something. It's not. It's not a. Hold on. Chat.
But
tell us what it says. But like,
take the mic.
It's
chat.
a tomb. It's a tomb. The way again, Ewan just like absolutely killing every last one of his lines. I mean, he strangles them in their sleep. He's so good.
God.
That line, the delivery, just like it's a tomb, is so. When he's looking at Terra Sinube, I'm flashing back to that was the moment where I was like, this is the Clone Wars Kenobi.
Yes.
The prequels Kenobi.
Yep.
Ben Kenobi in the original trilogy. They're all one.
Yes,
Chase, please.
Yes,
God.
Because it totally gave like that's no moon, that's a space station, like that whole thing. It was great. It was so great. It's perfect. It was so haunting. And again, it gave that vibe, like the whole tomb. It's not just a fortress; it's a tomb. Thank you, Eli. It just gave that whole vibe of like, oh, they're collecting some of these people, probably maybe for like midichlorians or like experimentations, but some of these are fully just trophies, and they're just here to show off. They are just here to commemorate. Like it was
filled.
Ookie, yes,
Gary.
Yeah,
and
I love that we're getting the very esoteric, like like
Yes.
weird, like very, like I love that. Maybe they're stealing midichlorians to try and clone an extra body for somebody, if you know what I mean.
I heard she's looking for a new body.
There's one line too. There's one line that gives more credence. and I think it's from Return of the Jedi, but it's he hunted down and destroyed all the Jedi. I think is that A New Hope, or is that Return of the Jedi when he's talking about Vader? Because that line is used. He hunted down and destroyed all the Jedi. I forget which movie it's from. We're gonna get attacked again. I love this. When Chase comes on, I go blank because he's so pretty. And I was just like, wow.
I wish I could help more though.
Yeah,
I wish I knew.
We're all worse for wear. It's fine.
Yes,
This episode, thank you. This episode just melted my brain.
And that's the thing is
in the best way
at first, and then I was like, oh no, this is melting my brain. Like this is incredible Star Wars, and I'm just an ass in the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, where's my Clone Wars flashback? And then 10 minutes and I'm like, wait, let's reframe this.
Yeah,
and
for
let's
real.
just be open to what this is, and it's incredible. I mean, it's so good. Each episode is, it might, again, like we kind of talked about expectations, like it might not be giving you exactly what you wanted or what you thought you were going to get, but it's giving you so much more if you just stop talking and listen.
I agree.
Yes,
I completely agree. And
calm down, Eli.
Line.
Sorry,
This is
sorry.
the
Eli
exact
was
line.
yelling in the chat.
Vader helped hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. Like that's such a great line because we knew that. We knew that even in you know the early 2000s with the prequels. But now you're like, oh, he hunted them down and he had people hunt them down and they brought them back and put them in this like glass case. And I'm like, that is insane. And like it's so to his character. It's so like let's not only snuff out the only good in the galaxy, but let's mock them for it, right? Let's trap the light, you know, and kill the light and literally show it.
Yeah, and there's also a little.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say there's.
Yeah, go on, please.
I just say there's also a little bit of like nostalgia in it too, and like Vader is such a nostalgic villain for me in the sense of like you just know Anakin's on the inside, just like thinking and processing and trying to put his two brain cells together to make things make sense. So there's also like a certain element that like it's like let's mock everyone, but on top of that, let's also like let's keep tabs on like what has happened. Like he really just lives in the past. Do you know what I mean? So it just makes sense that he would have a museum of like all of his past kills, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy and it makes sense. And it's to have, you know, Obi-Wan see that. And the cool thing is kind of after that moment is when he flips that switch and he's like, okay, you know, we know there's Jedi still out there, right? That's one idea that was taught in the 3rd episode. We know there's a lot of Jedi dead. Where do I go in the middle of this? And this is when he kind of comes back fully as Obi-Wan, literally right after the scene when he goes to those, you know, red doors with the little Imperial markings, which is kind of cool too. I was like, that's like a warning sign. That's like wild.
That's
I was
really
like, this is different.
That was very, very nice. Very, very cool.
So cool. Jerry, what do you want to say?
Real quick, is that it gave me, and I think Pete, our friend Pete Fletcher from Around the Galaxy, you may have heard of him. I think we both got the same vibe. It gave me like vibes from Rebels where they were going to find Luminara. And it was they were keeping her body to lure Jedi.
Oh, totally.
It gives me that vibe.
Totally.
Like that as well.
I thought we were gonna see her. I thought we were gonna see her for a second. I was like, once we saw
they
Tara,
kept showing
I was like,
faces.
okay, where is she? Yeah.
I was like, do I recognize them? Do I recognize?
So
Tara was the only one I recognized.
Nick put in the chat, he said the youngling at the end of the tomb was reportedly in part 1 and part 4. So maybe we'll go look at that one. I'm gonna go watch that again. But like, you not only got that scene, you're getting, you know, Reva having to debate with Leia, and you see the intensity in that. And like, I don't know, all of it just fell together so well. And then, you know, no one's gonna come save you, you know. She says to Leia, you know, they're dead. Obi-Wan's dead. He died.
Absolutely brutal.
Imagine the, you know, relief that must have felt when he when the lightsaber obviously came on in the dark. The light went out. How dramatic was that?
That was so cool. Make lightsabers feel incredible in 2022, please. And thank you for doing it. Like, make them feel magical again.
I'm dreaming of that concept art too. You know that concept art. When that book drops, girl, I'm skipping straight to that page. I want to see that scene concepted.
So wild. And Deborah Chow directed it beautifully, right? And like to have that moment and and it's so cool. It's very much a New Hope. Like, obviously, this happens to serve the script. I get that. But Reva being called out because of Tala, I'm like, no way. Like, this
Yeah.
is how they're going to do it. This is how they're going to get her out. Because I'm thinking, you've got so much security, just like A New Hope. Like, how does this really work?
Right.
And obviously, A New Hope was the 70s, and you can get away with that. But nowadays, you got fans like us who will talk about it obsessively, and you almost can't get away with that. But to pull that character out of that scenario, put in another one thinking the stormtroopers are going to be adept enough to do it, and they weren't. And oh my God, to have that interaction of Reva and Tala was so freaking awesome.
Yeah, you can tell that Reva is still fighting for her life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you can tell,
Yes.
like, she's, I mean,
Desperation.
I've always been a stan, but like of that character, I just think she's so, she takes up the most space we've ever seen anybody take up in Star Wars. And I'm glad that she's doing it. And then in this episode, you really see a lot of that hurt. Yes, Christina. I mean, of course.
Yes.
Christina, who's not going to drop these gems? Christina.
Yeah, of course.
I
Christina,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, you just
Did you know she
really
was on
see-
set?
Right.
I'm just so really excited.
Yeah, no, it was just anyway. I just think that Reva, you could really see the hurt in her, and you can see that she still doesn't feel safe. She still doesn't feel. I mean, you know, arguably, like, no dark side user, especially like Inquisitor or Sith, would ever feel that way. But you could just tell she's so hungry for it, and she's desperate to get it. And it's so sad because you're watching her dig this tunnel to get to what she wants, to feel safe, to feel secure, to have these like basic human emotional needs met, and they'll never be met because she's digging in the wrong, you know, side of the lawn. She's digging in the dark side, you know. So it's incredible. Great episode.
I have a feeling the next couple episodes will even begin to flesh her out more, because, you know, people take what they want out of
There's
these
still
shows,
a lot
and a lot
to
of
be
people
revealed.
like to take the negative aspect of what they thought out of the show, like,
Right.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
and you know, let's be real, media and news articles tend to hype things up a lot. Like, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be very transparent with y'all here. I was on the phone with my buddy Eric on the way in, and we were talking about how I've been wanting to see more Hayden, and I'm going to say it, genuinely disappointed we haven't got enough.
Right.
I was going to be honest here.
Right.
Like,
right.
I read all those articles, and I'm like, oh my God,
Right.
they're building him up to be like the like what's not the lead, the secondary, like just as important as Ewan is, and we haven't got that yet. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope tomorrow. I hope next week I'm wrong. I hope next the 20 whatever day that is, the last episode, I'm dead wrong, because I'm a little like, okay, you can't market this character being so important when you've only had him in like 3 scenes. Like,
yes, yeah.
Give us some more, please.
I totally get it. I agree. And like, because once I didn't get, like, I'm speaking selfishly and transparently. That's what we're doing. And like, once I didn't get the like Clone Wars flashbacks. And I obviously I loved the episode and enjoyed the episode, but I kind of like sat with myself a little bit after. I was like, Chase, like, you might not get those. Like, to you, it's like obvious to do that. It's like a great idea to do that, but like, that's just your dumb, tiny little brain. Like, other people have other ideas. And like, so I really had to ask myself, kind of like what you're alluding to, Scotty, is like, am I going to be okay with that? Like, am I going to be able to like kind of move past the fact that they kind of like, you know, brought these people back, but we didn't get that, you know, will it come later? But like, I don't know. I guess I'm just relating to what you're saying.
No,
I mean,
but what I was going to
there's
say,
a little bit there. Yeah.
They have hyped up Reva a lot. And you know what? I wanted to say this. It's been fulfilled. And like, literally, Christina said, they're telling you are the least of us. Everyone's saying that.
Yeah.
You know, like, the
There's still
third
so
brother.
much more to go. Still,
Yes,
it feels
there's so much
Yeah.
more to go as well. And look, she's playing with Lola and telling her the story of droid she once had. She was reproing it the whole time. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Amazing.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good eye. You know?
Amazing.
But I wanted to, who else wrote this right here? Thank you, Red Rose. So they are really fueling Reva's unhinged mood by belittling her constantly. It's making her more
Yes.
and I agree. And when Vader has that moment, and y'all, when he walked down that hallway, shoulders moving, and he's whips his hand up, I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this is the craziest thing
I
ever.
rewound like 3 times just to watch him walk like that, and then to hear that like that voice of like Hayden and James Earl Jones. It was so cool to hear those voices together, and he was just so like pissed off. And then the way she was able to turn it around, I love that. I didn't know. I think it was almost like you got to see like Tala framed with Reva, where it's like we saw Tala lie through her teeth and be slick as a dog, but then you see Reva, and I'm like, I don't know if Reva is lying to Vader right now. I don't know if she actually is tracking them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I loved that gag. I was like, maybe she's lying to Darth Vader right now. Maybe she's literally lying to Darth Vader.
Maybe.
I didn't make this connection either, but Joseph and Ken from Force Center said this, and I was like, y'all, the fact that Reva tracks, them on their way back to where they were at is also what Vader did, put a tracking system on the Falcon to find out where they were at. And I'm like, this love story to A New Hope. And before we move on to that, because I want to talk about that a lot, because this was a love story for A New Hope. I wanted to play that clip. I didn't want to get, copyright taken down, but I do have it right here on my phone. It's not very good. Hold on.
There we go. There we
I
are.
just don't want to get attacked on social media, but or on
we just want to see his shoulders move, YouTube. Okay.
Walk.
Give it.
Oh my God! Look at her.
My God.
And the zoom,
the way forward.
Oh, the way she goes back too, just like the force. She's up
and the
off
camera.
The
The camera is like running away from him. The camera's like, we're trying to keep up. Yeah.
Oh no.
Those poor troopers back there are walking as fast as they could.
Yeah, like, oh god. Real quick. Red Rose says it's M, by the way.
Oh,
hi,
yes, I know Red Rose. Hello, M.
Welcome,
darling.
Okay.
So
sorry.
I want to talk about this because this is one big complaint we got after leaving The Force Awakens, and this is something I never liked. It's too much like Force Awakens, too much like A New Hope. I'm like, I don't see it. I understand it. I just don't see that personally. But when you take a story like what we got yesterday, and do it in this fashion, it really was the Death Star scene from A New Hope. Almost the same exact amount of time, right at like 40 minutes. And it was so well done, and the parallels are all there. The fact that Leia was trapped, she was about to get interrogated, she was about to get tortured, just like what happened. She resisted the Force entry into her mind. Like, it was so amazing. And look, and I actually really agree with this, William, and I don't ever want to shit on the OT because it started all of this, but it was like the OT.
Get out, youngster.
Just better. It was done in a modern way. It felt more tense. And look, the craziest thing about the shows, we know where it goes. We look. Right. We not only know.
I was so scared the whole time, though.
Yes.
Listen, right now on my big screen over here is the hallway scene where the glass gets like the crack in it, and he's holding it. I was scared to death.
Yes, same.
But then the way he you notice the way he just he cracks the rest of the glass as well when he lets go.
He's back. God, that was the he's back moment too.
I also have a question. So you guys both played Fallen Order, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, there was like that amazing shot of just like all the stormtroopers like floating in that like new aquarium that Obi-Wan made. And I feel like, it was such a great haunting, spooky, ooky shot. And I also feel like, was that shot also taken from Jedi Fallen Order? I'm pretty sure there was I've seen stormtroopers floating before, but I can't remember where. Or maybe it was just that iconic to where it just felt familiar.
It might have been. Now that you say it, it's been a hot minute since I played it.
Yeah. No, same.
But Connor is in the chat.
Connor could do it.
Connor, our local, our local Fallen Order scholar, actually.
Yep, I agree.
Real quick. I want to hit this.
Look, Chase, you all right? You drowned in JFO. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you. I love this chat. Keep it coming. Chase is right.
The chat is great. Listen, Brian sneaking in to say, let's say hello to my Ray Skywalker and some of my favorite peeps from a b-ball practice. Okay, have fun.
Hi, Brian.
We love you.
He's my Luke. I'm his Ray.
That's right. That's pretty good.
That's the vibe.
That makes sense, actually.
I love that.
So too.
My God.
Yeah, look. There we go. There's spooky. Okay, so we do.
He's Alden's dad too. I don't know if you know this. He's Alden's dad.
This is right, and also hot.
Jared. Wait, also I have
what?
to go on air. I've been meaning to message Jared in since Star Wars Celebration. So just know you got a message coming your way. It's just been I gotta message Jared.
So one thing too that Joseph and Ken pointed out, and I know I'm talking about them a lot. I just listened to their episode before we did this, and they mentioned this is the first time we've ever seen this in Star Wars live action, but we actually saw lightsabers cutting down stormtroopers in live action. I never thought about that. We always had clones, right?
Mhm.
And I don't even think there's a single shot in an original trilogy where there's a lightsaber that cuts through a
They
stormtrooper,
never do.
which is pretty incredible. I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
because you see it in
Yeah.
video games, you've seen it in
Right.
comics, you've seen it in all that stuff before. But to see it in live action, you're like, oh wow, a blue lightsaber doing that. That's pretty badass. I didn't expect that in my little book there, you know, my
Absolutely.
bingo card. But it's so crazy, right? The parallels were real, the parallels were there, and it
Yes.
felt, oh, this is one of the best lines. This is one of the best lines, by the way, from the Pink Milk
Vintage
panel.
12. Yes.
I wasn't there for that. I re-listened
Oh,
to it and I
God.
teared
I was
up
in the
because this
front
was
row,
hilarious.
bitch.
Chase, your comment was even more incredible when you said, "You know what those are selling for, Brian?" I was like, "Yes!"
Yeah.
Well, listen, I
Back.
accidentally
damn
called
good.
everyone old. So then I was like, I gotta like make this a compliment. I gotta like turn this around. So I'm like, oh, like old things are expensive.
Oh, that was my favorite part of the
listen,
whole
That was
entire
pretty fun.
podcast. But
I'm,
it's,
listen, I'm
What,
trying
Gerry?
to find something here. You go, keep going.
I was just.
I-
Oh well, you told me to keep going and you cut me off. What do you want to do? What
that's
do you
my
want?
thing. That's my thing, baby.
What do
keep
you
going.
want?
Keep going.
Say what you want. So keep
I
going.
want to talk about, like Christina had mentioned, Kenobi trench coat. I'm trying to find
Oh
comment. I'm
my
sorry,
God.
Christina. I can't
What
find
a
it.
cute moment.
How
Handhold-
awesome but adorable. Like it's like this is I'm getting this lanced on Tuesday, you know, or something. But like I didn't share it the day of because I don't want to share spoilers and stuff. But someone said they shared a picture. I'm a Muppet fan, if you haven't noticed. But they said they escaped. I can't believe they used Muppet Man to escape.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
If you've seen that Muppet, the Muppets,
Yep.
that movie that came out oh my God.
I half
Amazing.
It's Muppet
expected
Man.
like
It's 100%
Leia
Muppet
to
Man.
be on top of Kenobi's
Yeah.
shoulders and just have it be like Leia's just like pinched off at the
She-
neck and the coat's down from her. Yeah, that was everything.
She would sound more
Also-
official anyway.
Oh, she would do much better than Ben. That's right. Also, I have to say something. You guys, I just wrote down on my I always take notes for like the episodes. I think that like Obi-Wan looks kind of hot in that little hat, that little imperial.
Oh,
imperial
I
hat.
agree.
That
That
officer
was
hat.
different.
Dude,
He
I got
looks
big.
good.
I got big Indiana Jones vibes for some
Yes,
reason.
and the way like his
Oh.
hair was just like hanging
Wearing
out down
like
here.
dressed as a
Yes.
Nazi or something.
Chase, let's see your hair because
Woo.
it's Ewan's hair is a little bit like that in the show now.
Yeah, we got
it
that
looks
little
like
mullet. We got the Obi-Wan mullet
pretty.
back. Thank God.
Yep,
Yeah,
thank
yes,
you.
it's about damn time. Thank you.
But it's weird, like, you know, you would think in real life that wouldn't work. But look, let's be real. I've seen videos of like things like fire alarms going off in airports and like it's chaotic, right? This is the same energy, right? When there's like a
Yes,
there's shit
yes.
going down, you're not
Yes.
looking to see what's going on. You're looking to see what's the closest exit. Where do I need
Yeah.
to go to get safe? And like in that
Yes.
moment, I'm sure someone's like, they wouldn't be able to pull that off. Yes, they would. It's
I think so.
chaos.
Yes,
I
totally
agree.
agree.
It
Yep.
is chaos, and it was
Look,
so well done.
People don't pay attention to shit during that. When we're just on our way to grab a Starbucks at Star Wars Celebration, I don't notice like the Jar Jar or the Padme next to
Right.
me.
Yes.
Like you're just like I'm going. I don't. If someone's got like a child under their trench coat, which honestly sounds really creepy now saying it out loud in a Star Wars Celebration context.
No, but
do you think we're gonna get cosplay of that? By the way,
Oh hell yeah, definitely. good
Oh,
cosplay. Yeah.
it's gonna be you and your daughter.
the running
Jimmy.
of the trench coat Kenobis.
It's gonna
Jerry,
be you and your
you and
daughter.
Elle.
That's your new
You and
costume.
Elle.
That's your
That'd
cosplay.
be
Oh my
amazing.
God! The first one that she gets to go to. By the
Yep.
way, proud dad moment. She's got her first loose tooth. Found out tonight.
Ah,
Anyway,
nice.
sorry. Dad moment over. Y'all gotta stop. I'm gonna have to go buy a fucking trench coat. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I dropped the second one.
Yeah.
I
now
also
you owe
want
me
to say
$10.
about like them like getting away with it. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you have to understand like this is like the Inquisitorious, Ventorious Fortress, whatever it's called.
Yep.
And you have to understand, like, there's nothing ever happens here. So everyone that checks into work here is like probably just like so rote right now because no one ever again has like the chutzpah to break into it, right? So
Nope.
except for Cal, right? Whatever. But like,
Yeah.
so like it's very like every day for them almost. So like it would make sense there more than anywhere else for people just to be like, yeah, I'm just at work. I'm kind of in that work haze. You know what I mean? That 9 to 5 haze.
Right.
Kind of makes sense.
I agree. I completely agree. And that's part of like what makes this work so well for me, because in A New Hope, literally they're all walking through, not a single problem, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my God,
like,
yes.
They run through the whole Death Star, and like you would think the Death Star would have had it down packed by now because it's happened to other places. And like it just shows
those
that,
hallways were empty.
Yes,
Absolutely empty. Just a couple stormtroopers per level or something like that. You know, hey, you gonna buy the new speeder? Yeah, me too.
Literally.
The whole time.
And it's
every level.
It's so cool to know that they paralleled it so well with A New Hope in that way. And like I showed earlier, Jerry, close your eyes so you don't cry. But like this line,
show it again.
Just
bring it on, bitch.
Makes so much more sense. Ben Kenobi, where is he? And you're like, oh my God, like that is there. I get it now. Like, and I didn't even care before, but there was a throwaway line. But now you get to sit there through A New Hope and you get more out of it. And now you can think, this is Obi-Wan's second time doing this. He's done this before. This is how he knows to do it so well in New Hope, is because he's done it. And what was the line he says before he leaves Luke, Han, and Chewbacca and R2 and 3PO? What does he say? He's like, don't God, that was a great line. Someone's going to help me in the chat before he leaves in A New Hope.
We're Star Wars fans. What's that really famous A New Hope line that everyone says before he leaves?
But it's what leads to all this working out. You know, the Force manifests in this way. You're supposed to be where you're at because of this. So it's just like, I don't know. We understand Ben Kenobi so much more in A New Hope now, and it's just it's such a freaking awesome thing. It makes me so happy.
By the way, that hand-holding scene real quick.
Let's talk about it.
You know, I'm going right back to the dad moment. Listen, I cried twice. I had it on this morning while I was getting ready to walk out the door, so I didn't get to like sit down and like and let it wash over me again. But I can guarantee you, this is gonna be like me and freaking Ghostbusters Afterlife, where I bawl like a baby at the very end of Ghostbusters Afterlife every time, every freaking time.
Yep.
Which again, another very good father-daughter story. Just saying.
Yep.
But anyway, that's it. You can pull away again because
okay. I thought you were gonna get deeper. I thought we were gonna get real deep.
I thought I was for a sec, but no, that's just she looks at his hand and takes it. Like I had a moment like that with Ella tonight.
Well, look,
you know,
that's the empathy that she has for Luke. In the same exact context, they get back to the ship.
We had that line last week that she said, "What like, are you my father?" And he says, "I really wish I was." Or something to that effect. Chat, tell us what it really was.
No, that's what it was. But, he said, "I wish I could say that I was."
I wish I could say that was. Just that. I don't know. Just again, I'm getting the fatherly, daughterly vibes from them. Bale, of course, in the first episode, like that scene on the balcony, absolutely wrecked me. But just to have this moment is the culmination of all of this.
So
it is all of that. So
before we move on to predictions, we do a little segment here called the Eopie fart rating. Okay,
right?
Yeah, that sounds stupid, but it requires you to maybe describe or perform the sound that this episode made you think of. Last week, I said something very strange. I said this. I'm not even going to say it. Because
it was something like this.
Okay.
And how do you feel about that? Okay.
That was not it.
I'm saying we just lost 20 people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was we described Claire had a nice fart noise she made. Jerry made a great fart noise. I made a very gross fart comment. I'll just say it real quick. It's like when you fart and it goes between your balls. That's all I'm saying. Done.
Wow.
We talked ball farts.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's how good it was. It was
body's already.
It was that damn good.
Yeah.
So Jerry, how would you do your Eopie fart for this episode? How would you
Eopie fart would I give part 4?
Yes.
Of Kenobi. Oh, man.
You have to perform it, or you can describe it, or both.
So I'm going to describe it a little bit. I might give a little taste at the end. Maybe taste is the wrong word to use at this moment.
Taste is definitely the wrong word.
Taste it on my tongue, like Step Brothers here. Is that ketchup and onions? Anyway, sorry. So this, I think it's like when you have like been feeling you. Listen, you're at work.
Oh shit! Sorry. Okay.
Mark, from a fellow Ewok. Thank you. Oh my god. There's a lot of pollen here today too. So I'm like, I'm a wreck. Listen, it is like when you are like at work right after lunch. All right. And it is rumbling like the Eopie after Kenobi feeds him and then kind of leaves him for a little bit, you know, he's sitting there, it's rumbling and everything. But like, you know, when you're there and you're like, I'm going to destroy my toilet when I get home. Like you don't want to go like you don't want to go in the small, you don't want to go in the one stall. You don't want to go in the one stall at work because you work at a bank. It's like, it's a small, like little, like, you know, one of those like drive-through branches. And like everyone could hear you. Everyone can hear you. And you know, it's going to be, there's some decibels going to be broken. Right. All right. But that's what I was saying. And then like that actual like catharsis and everything, which again, catharsis is like, it literally is like shitting. It is about shitting.
Yeah.
There's your lesson.
Chase having to reassure Gerry was the best part of all that.
Yes, right? Yes,
oh,
I'm there. I'm absolutely there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was like to have the catharsis of letting it out and feeling that like that euphoria, you know? I would say it would probably sound a little something like
still going.
I felt the emotional relief in the last note. That's all I'll say. I got the catharsis.
The emotional relief. God, that's funny. Oh, I agree. And you know what's funny? Like, we've all had these. This is human. Let's be honest. Come on now.
Yeah, come on now. We're disgusting little animals, all of us.
We really are. Mine was the post Thanksgiving meal. That was mine. Mine was the post Thanksgiving meal fart where you're like, I've eaten too much. And like, this is my scenario. This is the worst scenario to have. I've not only have divorced parents, but my fiance has divorced parents. And there was Thanksgivings where we would go to 4 different houses.
Girl,
look at that, Chase.
Girl, that's a lot of toots.
It was.
I gotta some of the worst. My beanie for this shit, man. Oh my god,
we've made decisions just to do 2 now, and we'll do 2 on the next day because of Black Friday. I'm not kidding. That's how we handle it. So it's a lot still. But the reason I bring that up is
you got to go trampling all over for your deals. I'm just saying,
when you've got
you got to
4 different versions of the same meal in your stomach, and you're like, because you eat it to be nice. That is how good this episode was. Because it was such a profound relief. And I'm like, you know what? And you're eating the food and your stomach's hurting and you're kind of compacted. You're a little thrown off. And you're like, why did I do this to myself? I do this every year. But when the release comes around, and it's worse. The worst part about Thanksgiving shits, it's 1 a.m. It's like the most inconvenient
Girl,
time.
you fall asleep, you wake up, you go, you come back.
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, now I feel like I can relieve my. And you fall asleep
shits.
You fall asleep sweating, and you're like, God, I feel awful. But when that 1 a.m. shit comes, and you're on it from 1 to about 1:45, and it's just like and at the end of it, you're like, oh my god, I'm glad I went through it. But during it, you're like, is it ever going to end? And whenever you went through it, you're like, you know what? Really wasn't that bad to begin with. And then you go back and you rethink about the shit, and it's phenomenal. That's
honestly,
what that was like.
I would talk about that kind of fart in therapy. That is like, that's a therapy moment.
It's complex.
Sure. Yes,
I've had memories since 5th grade.
Wake up in a cold sweat.
Shits. It's the worst. Post-divorce shits.
Did you say divorce shits?
I'm sorry. Post-Thanksgiving divorce shits are the worst. So just take that and
confirm.
Can confirm. Chase, how would you describe your Eopie fart?
Let me get into it. I will say I'm gonna go for it. I'm really gonna go for it. Like, I'm gonna go for it with you guys. I am meeting you where you are with this, and
pretty low.
I would say this Eopie fart for this chapter of Obi-Wan Kenobi is gonna be like one of those things where it's like you are about to fart. I can't believe I'm doing this. You are about to fart. This is the grossest thing I've done on the
Right.
internet in the best
Sorry,
way.
sorry, Im. I love the irony of donning a fancy hat for the least classy segment of the show. Please continue, Chase. Please.
You are
continue.
about to fart, and you. This is what it was. You accidentally grabbed the sugar-free Hershey bar, and you were like snacking on that. But that's kind of like all you had with like an energy drink. And this is like the morning after Thanksgiving. So this is Black Friday morning. So anything can happen.
It's residuals.
Yeah, it's a residual with the compounding of the sugar-free chocolate. And you basically are sitting there, and you're at brunch, family brunch the next day, hungover. And you're like, oh my God, I kind of have to like fart. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe I can just, oh no, I can't. And then you're like, maybe there's something else. And then you're like really nervous. But so you're like, okay, I'll just go to the bathroom. And then you go to the bathroom, but on your way to the bathroom, bitch, there's an open breeze. And you toot, and it was just a toot, and it was a lot of gas, but it was so refreshing because you're like, I thought it was going to be this one thing, but it's actually this like yummy, delicious, like let it out, like there's nothing to worry about.
You feel relief. Yes, you feel relief.
And the best part is no one was there to smell it. So that's that.
Yes. They
Yes.
didn't see you struggle with it.
They
And
did
that was
not.
this episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
you didn't
Yes.
struggle with it publicly
Yes.
until
Yes.
but now you come on a show and talk about it, which is even
Exactly.
weirder.
And you thought it was going to be this one thing, and you were nervous. Like, am I not going to like this? And then you're like, oh no, it's great.
Thank you, Chase.
Chase, Scotty and I were just performing at that. You gave us an actual like human moment right there. Like I felt that deeply. I felt that so deeply.
I'm so happy
thank
to hear
you.
that. Yes, you're
God,
right.
it's the best when it's like, oh, I've got a shit. Oh no, it's just it's so rewarding.
Wait. I was about
Welcome
to say
to the
this, Adam,
Bombadcast,
because
everyone.
Adam's going to be on the final episode, and he might have the most
Y'all
difficult
better-
shit to describe.
That's going to be
Y'all
a big
better
one.
start
That's
describing.
gonna be a big
You
one.
got to
Adam,
see the episode though before you like you can start
No.
maybe formulate like work on your like your noise if you want, but you got to wait and see how that episode hits you. Just like how that meal beforehand, was it too many beans? Was it the chocolate? Was it did you have too much? Did you drink just like an entire like box of Mountain Dew? You know, and like shake it up and all that, and like then eat like a bag of corn chips. How does the episode strike you? How does the meal strike you?
Thank you.
Yes,
Damn,
they are
you're
very
right.
much so. Very much so.
Oh,
Thank you,
soliloquy, more like soliloquy. Brian, wow. Oh
That's
man,
really good.
That's our man,
light
Brian.
lace spaceship. So, this is great.
Oh.
I'm
I'm
let's
like,
see,
do we
I
have
meant
any
all of
fart
you to
videos
see.
besides
Look
the
at
other one?
this.
Lauren.
Lauren, that's right. And
We all
my
have
men
IBS.
over 40, go get your colonoscopy. Go get that done.
Get
You
that
got
colonoscopy. And also, I have no
Chris is
gallbladder,
shaking his
so
head.
yeah,
I
you
hear
know,
him. I can hear Chris shaking his head right now
Oh,
through the internet.
man.
Chris is his video. He's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Right now.
So that kind of finalized our discussion. Chase, if you don't mind, we want to plug something that we've been excited to share, something that's been in the works for a while. And you know what, Chase, I'll actually get you to introduce it. So give me 1 second. Let me talk about this.
Okay.
Jerry and I, we are coming up on our 3-year anniversary of the Bombadcast next week, June 18th.
Can you believe it?
So when we have Kyle Katarn on next week, we're going to talk about it with him. But 3 years of me and this goofball right here. Unbelievable. We
That's
have gone
me.
through so many reiterations. You know, before we even knew Chase, we had just audio only. Then we went to a network, and then we were doing
Check some of
live.
those out though.
Then
Yes,
yeah,
some good
yeah.
episodes back then.
Oh,
Just
heck
saying.
yeah. There are some classics, and we'll talk about that a little next week. But
Right.
We've obviously put a lot of work into this. And you know what's funny? The one thing that pushed us into making this decision was celebration and meeting people like Chase and the people in the chat, Mike Lovins, Lauren Romo, Brian Frey, Chris Ryans, M. I mean, you go to this event
Love you,
and you
man.
have these moments of like, okay, this is for me. Maybe we actually are doing something, because we had people, you know, and we're not trying to be bragging here, but we like someone like Ash Crossan recognized me and loved that she was around me. And I'm like, this is so freaking surreal. Like this is one of those moments. Yeah, Jay, what's
if
up?
I can share one of the moments that was absolutely it fed my soul, my heart more than any moment, I think the entire weekend, at least when it comes to the content that we make. And it has to do with our lovely friend Chase, because Chase, you remember talking with us at the Pink Milk meetup at the bar.
I do.
Yep.
That moment meant so much to me personally. I just want you to know. Like it absolutely, seriously was the sweetest, most amazing thing I've ever been told about a show where we literally make people make fart noises against their will. You know, I mean, come on.
And thank God, though. And thank God.
But we're like, and, I mean, that was we had the celebration spirit. We were like holding hands and all that kind of stuff. But like I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And thank you for that moment. And
well, this is part of it.
That's
right?
why
this
we
is
do
part
this.
Of our
That's why we
decision.
do this. Is like
this is part of our decision, and we also got friends like this. Like I never would have thought to be friends with Christina, and I love her to death. She makes posts about me against my own will, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I don't know things, and I'll figure out what that means one day. But that being said, look at this. See, exactly like those moments are precious, right? And this is the decision we made. I'm gonna let Chase announce it. Chase, what is Bombadcast plan on announcing or dropping or actually starting next July? What is it? What are we doing?
Next July.
Not next July.
Or I guess this July.
Next month. Next month.
Next month, man.
I will say, before I announce, I just want to add that you guys should be proud of the community that you've built. And I love that you have that you had celebration to realize the community that you've built, because it's through your generous spirits and generous content creation, and just you guys put on such a vibe. I mean, I genuinely mean, I love tuning into your show. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you. But I just, as a viewer, I adore you both. And I think you guys bring such an honest, genuine enthusiasm to Star Wars. And that's what it's all about. So you guys are living in the glory of the community that you've built. And I love that for you. And I cannot wait to be one of your first patrons on Patreon.
Oh, he said it. That's right. Everyone in the chat, we want to hear your thoughts. We are starting our Patreon on July 1st, 2022. Chase has me tearing up. I'm not gonna show my face.
Well, no, I was gonna say, I'm trying. I was gonna say something, but Chase was like, I'm gonna make them cry.
We
cry right now.
We have been working on this.
Was beautiful. Thank you.
For quite some time. More details will be coming soon. But I will say this: we are a podcast that wants to accept everyone, but we do have this right here. We are going to start off with a $7 a month, or we will give you the option if you cannot afford that, which is completely fine. Do not feel like you have to donate more. You can set your price. Now, we will go into we're going to probably do an episode about this and explain what all this is going to be in July. But just know that if you set your price, we love anything you're willing to help us with. It's something we're very, very excited about. And look at all these people. Jerry, pull up these comments.
Yeah. Hold on here. We got that's incredibly Bombad. Connor.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Woohoo. I love Lauren's finally. Oh my God. Thank you.
Nice.
Patreon hype. And Scotty, I'm still crying from Chase. Chase's beautiful words. Makes it. Oh my God. You guys are so sweet. But listen, have we said exactly what our tiers are?
I'll show you. So there's no tiers. It's going to be
tiers. Yes, bitch.
There's
no tiers.
There is no
tiers in Bombad Fair.
It's just one tier of $7 a month, and you can set your own price for it for the other tier. The only thing I will warn you, if you're one of my students, you cannot be in our Patreon group chat. Unfortunately, I cannot allow that because it's just not something I ethically can do. But I want to show you what we're going to offer.
William.
Now, this goes for everyone. It's a single tier system. So what we're going to have every month is a ton of stuff. A lot of this, and I'll be honest with you, are going to kind of vary. So the biggest one, and there's no big one. They're all big. $7 a month, you get this. Exclusive call-in shows. Like for right now, if we wanted to do a call-in segment, we will give that just to our Patreons. You earn that. Unless we have a call-in episode planned, then everyone can join. But if we want to do a call-in segment, or if we want to do a show where we just do call-ins, we're going to send it just to our Patreons. Okay? Also, something else we're going to have is the shout-outs at the beginning and end of every single stream. Each one of them, you'll have your own personal shout out. You can write what you want to write. We will have to say it as long as it's not too inappropriate and can get me fired from a Catholic school. So don't
get Scotty fired.
No.
And you stretch my limits. You know what? I'm gonna go put it out there. Stretch my limits. All right, bring it on.
So we also are gonna have a Patreon group chat, either in Discord or iMessage or however we can handle it. There will be a total group chat that we can all stay in touch when news drops, when shows drops, when we want to talk about stuff. We'll give it to you. Also, a bi-monthly care package every other month. You will get buttons, stickers. You will get a handwritten letter from me or Jerry. That's one big thing. Something we've always wanted to do is a live watch along.
You didn't say handwritten. I don't do handwitten. I'm just saying.
I do handwritten.
You do feet written.
That's right. No, I have to make a rubber stamp and press it in ink for every letter I do, the entire letter. Anyway, please continue. Please continue.
So we also got live watch-alongs. This is one thing we've always talked about. Jerry and I are a fan of movies that most people don't like. We want to do a live watch-along of The Master of Disguise, and we one of the first ones we do.
Yes.
So we will born and raised on that movie.
Yes,
by the way.
Yes, you can join us.
Really
Chase, you can join us. That'd be amazing.
Us for that one.
We'll do a live watch-along of that.
Yes,
we'll also do some. This is interesting. The Q&A segment is one of the ones we'll do that probably the beginning or the ending of episodes, or even we'll just do it as a text so we can actually respond to you with our full thoughts in the text or video. We'll decide that when we get to it. But the last one, this one right here, private live stream hangouts. I have been testing this with a few lucky people. Private live stream hangouts might be my favorite thing. Okay. It's going to be me or Jerry or whoever wants to help host doing completely random things. For example, I gave a tour of my house to a couple select people last week. I literally walked around with my microphone. I was like, and this is the fridge. Let's look inside the fridge. And like, if you love Bombadcast, if you love the energy we bring, picture that, but on a much more condensed level, right? And a little bit more direct to you. You know, obviously we have a bunch of people commenting right now, wanting to be a part of this. Like, okay, we'll get Christina from Greece too. I love it. Hell yes, let's do it.
We're doing it.
Let's do it.
Listen. So all of you can hate me. I've never seen Greece.
Oh,
hey,
what?
Okay.
There we go.
So pop my Greece chair. Sure. I'm gonna stick with it.
So there's a lot that we're going to end up getting into. I'm really excited for it. I'm almost nervous, if I'm going to be honest with you, because this is going to be new for us. We're going to enjoy it.
We both want to deliver. We didn't want to do this until we felt like we held off for so long because we wanted to make sure that we could give like a product that we felt was worthy of anything. And Scotty and I are we're very busy men. You know, we're very busy people. Yes. All of us have lives and everything, but I think we feel like we're at a point where we can just just come in and like give you the energy that you love.
Yes,
and
we figured
hang out.
It's
basically it's basically a clubhouse.
Yeah.
Scotty, it's almost like if you join the Patreon, you join the from long Bombad episodes past that we haven't brought up in a while. It's almost like you joined the one and only club, the Bombadcast one and only.
That was an old bit. I remember that.
Very.
Chase, what were you gonna say? I can see your eyes glistening.
Please, Chase.
Thank you.
Please.
I was just gonna say, I genuinely cannot wait to join the Patreon. I also think it's incredibly powerful that you are allowing like not a sliding scale, but a pay what you will pricing. That's amazing, and very inclusive. And then I also just want to say that the way that you've been talking about it, it's like it just shows the kind of people that you are and the kind of creators that you are, because you guys are you're thinking of what you want to give people and the vibes you want to give people, and like the energy you want to cultivate with the community on a more intimate level with your Patreon. So I'm just so excited, and I love you guys. I'm so proud of you and just excited for you. It's amazing.
And thank you, Chase. And I really appreciate that, because part of this was figuring out how we can do this, because other shows have much more of an agenda than us, and they have to schedule interviews. They have to do all kinds of difficult stuff. Whereas with us, we're a little bit more of an approach that's a little bit more laid back. And we thought to ourselves, how can we do this, but do it in our own version of it, where people want to join and be a part of it. And look,
how can we make you feel like you're more a part? We already do the very interactive live show, but how can we make you feel more a part of the process and everything?
I agree. And I don't know. I love all of you that are watching, and the fact that people want to join is something that means a lot to me. And like I said, make your own.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind that people want to give us money. No offense to you, but just like that people want to give us money for, again, what you just witnessed a little bit ago, which Chase was fantastic. But anyway,
Oh, but all that being said, we will go into more details in July, telling us what we're using the Patreon money for, kind of explaining more about, what this is going to go to on a deeper and bigger level for Bombadcast, because this is something that's amazing. That's amazing.
Listen, I've dodged Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for like maybe a year now, and so we've moved on to. We're sticking with Bluey, Christina. I know. We're in the hey Bluey fam for life. All right. Please continue. Please continue.
So, Chase, thank you for that introduction. That was extremely kind. I love you deeply.
Yes.
But one thing we have to subject you to before we let you actually get your plugs in. We'll do we'll let Chase get his plugs in, then we'll plug our Adamadal initiative, and then we'll play a little closeout clip. But Chase, get your plugs in. I'm going to play a little clip for you that all Bombad guests get to experience. Chase, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube. I make YouTube videos. I'm That Gay Jedi on YouTube. Make Stranger Things, Star Wars, and Marvel content. I got some good videos coming up. I got like a love letter to Joyce Byers. I got like a Cheru and Baze seems gay video about how they seem like husbands. I got the gayest moments of the prequel trilogy coming up. So those are all in the works. Also on the Pink Milk podcast, Pink Milk After Dark. We stream every night at 9:30 Eastern time, every Friday night. Sorry. And yeah, so Pink Milk. And then also if you like horror movies or like fun spooky ooky things, as we kind of talked about those, you can find me on the Fear Cruise podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Woo! Yes, I'm gonna start listening to this very soon. I actually just followed you on Twitter, so that was I was like,
about damn time.
Let's get it done.
So way to go.
Chase, always love having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Let's subject you to this real quick. For every time we have a guest,
first time of many, just saying, I'm sorry,
first time of many, guaranteed. Chase, you are going to experience something that you've never experienced before, and that is a deep sense of confusion.
This is your wake-up call. Time to reach, go for it all. Vulture stirs inside of me, and I know what I can be. Limit is the sky. Hey world, watch me fly. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Thanks, Paul. That was my neighbor. That was Paul Stanley, my neighbor, unmasked.
Incredible.
Paul, as a magician at a circus.
Some of his best work, honestly.
Frankly,
it is some of the best.
It's fantastic.
It's really good. Fantastic. I used to do a good impression of it, but I'm going to hold that back. Jerry, plug the Amadal initiative, which Chase has a big part in. But Chase, would you mind plugging it for real? Actually,
yes,
would you want you on? Let's do it. Okay? Heck yeah.
I would love to. So the Amadal initiative is an initiative of a really amazing amount of content creators online in the Star Wars world that have come together to co-sign this amazing GoFundMe, basically, that raises money for trans youth and their families in Texas. There's a lot of anti-LGBTQ and specifically anti-trans legislature trying to be pushed in Texas. And so this basically provides resources for those kids and their families. So you can find them on Twitter at Amidala Helps. Also, I'm sure you all have linked somewhere the exact link to the GoFundMe. But yeah, Amadal Initiative is amazing. Amazing.
It is amazing.
I'm going to tweet it out from at least our Twitter, so that we make sure we have something. Please,
always.
Yes.
I get
but
paid
go
tomorrow.
Seriously.
I'm going to donate a chunk of change to it because it's just.
I donated earlier, not to toot our own horns and everything, but just to say,
these are for the right. This is for
donate.
The right cause.
Please go donate. For the record, please go donate. Please, please. Not just because it's Pride, but because it's vitally important. Not just very important. It's vitally important. So.
I completely agree, and we appreciate you, Chase.
You, Chase.
I'm going to say something for Connor. Thank you. We love you.
I love you. Thank you.
I have to say this for Connor real quick. Connor needs to hear this. There's no possible way. And that being said, can you please give us a good Stay Bombad to end out the show, Chase? Please do us that favor.
I'll just hold up my little drink and I'll say, Stay Bombad, everyone.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Chucky. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share.
What is it? Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.
Consider the Patreon, and Jared lost to me in trivia. Stay Bombad.